What's up, everybody? It's KevonMoore here, back with another video, and I wanted to share my experiences thus far in regards to New York State real estate license exam, right? Number one, what you need to acquire your New York State real estate license is you have to take the 75-hour course. In this course, you will learn terminologies, keywords, all these phrases, all these real estate terms that you have to study, know, master in order to pass the actual exam. I haven't passed my exam yet, but I'm studying the terms, keywords, and all these terminologies to acquire my license, right? That's number one. Number two, you have to be at least 18 years old. I'm past 18. You see this big ass beard? And number three, you have to have the proper mindset, right? So what I mean by proper mindset is, depending on what your level of success is, depending on your standards, depending on how you want to run your business, depending on your goals and your aspirations, you have to have the proper mindset. Because once again, real estate is a eat you up and spit you out type of an industry. So many people get into the industry, and within about a year or so, 83 to 87% of them actually leave. So you have to understand the mindset in which that 10 to 13% of people, why they actually stay. What is it that they're doing that's keeping them here within the industry? You understand? So it's about acquiring a certain type of a mindset, a rock solid mindset that no one can break, right? So for me, I've been into real estate for a long time now as far as the learning process goes. I've been studying real estate prior to me actually taking my courses. Why? Because now that I'm taking the actual courses in the 75-hour course, I know the avenue I want to get into. I know the goals that I set for myself. I know my own standards, and I know the avenue or the road or the pathway in which I'm going to take. For example, I personally want to get into sales. Why? Because sales to me is extremely beneficial, lucrative, and it looks like fun. I'm a people person. I love to connect. I love to network. I understand the art of effective communication. Sorry about that. And I want to become a master at it, if you will, right? And also, what else can I say here about sales? Sales just looks like the type of environment that I can see myself in. And I know the avenue in which I'm going to take. For example, I'm going to be door knocking heavily and cold calling heavily. Fizbos, which is for sale by owners, door knocking at least 2 hours a day, at least 5 days a week, and these type of things will lead me to the path of just success, because I've seen someone do it online prior to, and I'm following his blueprint, right? What else? Terminologies, and as far as studying for the New York State exam, or even if you're not in New York State, there are certain things that you have to know. For example, let's just say dual agency. Dual agency is when an agent can act like a seller and a buyer at the same time, and it's basically legal as long as you have, one second, let me think for a second, you have disclosure and consent. You have dual agency, you have short sales, you have commingling, you have escrows, you have all these terminologies in which you should familiarize yourself with to become a better agent, to become a master of your own craft, to study a lot of the things prior to, so when you go and actually take the actual test, it's a breeze, right? And there's a lot more that I could dive into, but for the sake of the video, I'm not going to dive into all of the terminologies, because once again, I'm still studying. Also, I've seen a lot of people in the class that I'm taking, they kind of ask the same question. Oh, what's going to be on the test? Is the test hard? Is the test easy? How am I going to pass the test? Can you give me some pointers? These are questions that I constantly hear in the classroom regarding the test. Now, once again, I haven't taken my test yet, but I want to go back and speak upon mindset, right? So for me, it's not that they're doing anything wrong. It's that they have a different mindset than I do. My mindset is, I am confident. I will pass the test on my first try. I am going to study up until it's time to actually take the test, right? Two different mindsets. They're worried about what's going to be on the actual exam. I'm saying I'm not worried about what's going to be on the exam. I'm going to study. I am confident. In my mind, I kind of already passed it. You feel me? It's just about me studying up until that point, and then me actually taking the test and passing it. So some study tips that I can give, even though I haven't taken the test yet, but some things that I will be implementing myself is number one, when it comes to reading a question, right? If you don't know the answer off the bat, skip it. Why? Because a lot of the times we're given a certain time frame, and it's gonna take too much time for you to think about the answer. You might get nervous, yada yada yada. Do all of the questions that you know first. These are the strategies that I'm going to take and implement when I go to take my test in a couple of weeks. So all of the questions that I know off the bat, I'm going to answer those questions first. Why? Because it already means that if I already know the answer, then I've already started to take the test and I started to like flow into it. You feel me? That's number one. Number two is study at least half an hour to an hour daily, at least weeks in advance. This way, when you come to actually take the actual test, you have been studying little by little for weeks on end now. It's not like, you know, I'm gonna wait a week prior to, 3 days prior to, and then start to like cram a whole bunch of information and terminologies into my brain. No, take the time to study a little bit so you're not overwhelmed day by day. 3 weeks in advance, 4 weeks in advance, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever time frame you specifically need to study to the best of your ability, do that, right? And just work on your mindset. Real estate is an industry that you can get into, and if you focus, if you're consistent, and if you're persistent, the rewards of it can be extremely beneficial. You can change your entire life, and that's exactly what you're gonna watch me do when I'm broke as fuck right now. I've been holding on to $8 for like the last last week. Literally broke as shit, broke as hell. But it's a mindset that I have that I don't care how broke I am right now. I see that if I continue on this path, and if I focus, and if I discipline myself, and my actions are planned and scheduled, all of these things, success is inevitable. Failure is not even an option. I don't think about failure, dude. I don't. So take these, I hope these things can be helpful as far as mindset goes, as far as terminologies, and as far as whatever you may need to prepare yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally to get into real estate if you're thinking about it. And I wish you the best on your journey, and I hope to inspire many who are thinking about getting into the industry, and hopefully you guys can watch me succeed and excel on the charts in many ways. And I'll end the video here. Once again, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and you know, the whole nine. All right, guys, stay blessed, have a good day, work on your mindset, and let no one tell you that you can't fucking do it. All right, peace and blessings, one love, bless.